Welcome to the Batman 2022 recap. An ominous figure of darkness and vigilantism known as Batman, but also as Mr. Vengeance. He beats up a gang of dropheads. In a crime-filled city, the Bat Signal is a major deterrent. The Gotham mayor, Don Mitchell Jr., is killed by a man they deem the Riddler. He takes the message to Batman back to the Batcave, where his real identity, only known to few, is Bruce Wayne, son of billionaire Thomas Wayne. Alfred urges Bruce to keep up appearances as part of the Waynes, but Bruce is preoccupied on saving the lives in Gotham. They decrypt the letter to find the word drive. It leads them to Mitchell's garage, a flaccid tire where it shows a thumb drive. Inside, it showed Mitchell's past lives of infidelity. They spot his mistress, Annika, and Penguin, the owner of the Iceberg Lounge. Assuming Penguin is the orchestrator of this, he pays a visit to the lounge, beating up security guards. He meets Oswald Cobblepot, questioning him about Annika and the mayor's death. He gains no new information until a waitress reacts to this. He follows her to the apartment and spots her staying with Annika. Later dressed up, Catwoman sneaks back to the scene of the crime, drilling into the safe and taking back Annika's passport. After a minor tussle, they return to find Annika missing. Enraged with this outcome, she explains that the lounge is a front for the 44 Below, a mafia spot under the lounge. Agreeing to become a spy, she places a contact lens in her eye, so Batman can watch and listen in, creating contacts of people in the Below 44, like Kenzie, a cop working there. She spots most of the DA office stationed there too, including Jill Coulson, the district attorney. Glancing one too many times, she is invited over to the table. Taking drops, they are under the influence. They talk about a rat in the Maroney case, that if the Riddler knew, it would tear the city apart. Carla Diaz mutters something about Annika, warned against following up. Selina follows up with her to ask about where Annika is. Erupting into a massive screaming match, the Penguin interrupts them to stop this, and she runs into Carmine Falcone. Curious about their intimate relationship, Selina won't let him dig more into this, and they end this investigation. Followed out by Jill, Selina heads home. Reconvening with Gordon, he explains that the Riddler wants to expose the deep-rooted corruption. It is linked to the Maroney case, one of the biggest busts and career-making solves. They have a rat in the case. Finding the informant could mean figuring out the Riddler's identity. Heading home, Alfred solves the next clue. You are El Rada Alda, translates to rat with wings. He heads off to the Mayor Mitchell's memorial service. He runs into Falcone, warning the boys not to touch Bruce, as his father, Thomas Wayne, saved his life. When he was shot, unable to turn to any hospital, they started operating right on his dinner room table. He rebuts this by saying Thomas was just following his Hippocratic oath. Entering the service, Wayne meets Bella Real, the candidate for mayor now that Mitchell is gone. Bruce overhears Gordon talking about Gil Coulson, and how no one has seen him since last night. A car crashes through the front doors. Rolling through the ceremony, Gil Coulson slowly emerges out. Strapped with explosives galore, they quickly evacuate the room. Batman emerges and answers the Riddler's call strapped to his wrist. Coulson has the chance to live. He only needs to answer 3 riddles. Justice is the first answer. Second is the cost of his bribes, roughly $10,000 a month. Is the rat in the Maroney case. Scared of what would happen to his family and friends, he decides against revealing the name and explodes. Batman is concussed and knocked out. Waking up in the police station, they try to unveil Batman, but Gordon helps protect him. Commissioner Bock gives him the room to get Batman to cooperate. Gordon agrees to get him out and play along. Punching Gordon and stealing the keys, he sprints out, through the corridors and towards the roof. Atop the roof fixture, Batman suits up his wingsuit and glides down, escaping the police officers. Regrouping with Gordon, they suspect that Commissioner Bock could be a part of the corruption, remembering El Rata Alda. They believe a penguin can have wings, so they follow the penguin to a recycling plant. Inside is a spot for buying drops, an addictive lethal drug, meaning they are still running Maroney's drug operation. Discovering Selina riding to the scene and stealing cash, she uncovers Annika's head in Kenzie's car. A shootout breaks off. As Penguin advances, the Batmobile starts up and chases Penguin off the plant. In a high-speed chase down the highway, he crashes into oncoming vehicles, creating a massive blockade. The Batmobile easily escapes the fire and catches the Penguin. Interrogating Cobblepot, Gordon and Batman believe Penguin is the rat that snitched out Salvatore Maroney. The officials got a major career-making bust, but they also wanted a part of the drop's business, so they placed Penguin into that position to run it. They believe he works for Falcone and the officials. They killed Annika because she got too close to the truth. Confronting him about El Rata Alda, he corrects them on the difference between El and La in Spanish. Realizing Penguin might be right, Batman searches it into an online search box. URL Accessing the Riddler's secret website, the Riddler admits that the next victim will be connected to the burnt down orphanage at the Wayne estate, a drophead infested zone. They follow the arrows to find a display already playing for them about Thomas Wayne's lie during his electoral campaign. To become mayor, he proposed a $1 billion renewal fund. It was a lie. Bruce Wayne is going to be the next victim. Speeding home, Batman tries to call and warn Alfred, but it is already too late. Alfred opened the package addressed to Bruce, and it blows up. Alfred is hospitalized now. At home, using the contact lens, Selina contacts Batman. They meet up at the Bat Signal, where in an outburst, she admits Falcone is her father. When she was young, her mother brought her around the club. Not so long after, she was strangled to death. At the age of 7, she was taken away by child services. Falcone didn't bat an eye. She tries to convince Batman to help her kill Kenzie, but he is against it. With a kiss, she heads off. In the Batcave, Riddler's truth about the Waynes comes on, and Bruce is confronted with the reality of his family history. A reporter dug around Wayne's past. Bruce's mother, Martha, was in and out of institutions because at a young age, her father killed his wife and committed suicide. The Waynes tried to cover it up. Thomas tried to buy off the reporter, but when it didn't work, he turned to longtime secret associate Carmine Falcone and had the reporter murdered. The Riddler wants him to answer for his father's sins. As Bruce, he goes by the lounge to meet Falcone. He admits that everything the Riddler said was true. The reporter was in Maroni's pocket, and Thomas being indebted to Falcone would mean Maroni would have a reason to have him killed. Disillusioned, he returns to Alfred's side, waiting for him to awake from his slumber. Alfred admits that Thomas was a good man. In his weakest moment, he turned to Falcone to scare the reporter. He never thought the man would be killed, but Falcone did it to indebt Thomas. Distraught over the death, he decided he was going to confess to the police. Before he did so, he was killed that night. So it also looks like Falcone, but it could have been some lonesome thug. The bat signal illuminates the sky and Bruce is rushed off. Meeting Gordon at the entrance, they prepared themselves for the ascent. They spot Catwoman beating up Kenzie. He still has Annika's phone. She caught Selina when she was strangled to death, something about a deal Falcone made, and giving him intel on the drops. Kenzie admits that they all went after the Renewal Fund, a massive charity that was unregulated and used to perpetuate crime. Falcone wanted more. He ratted out Maroni, and after making the officials and DA's careers, he now owns them. He is essentially the mayor of Gotham. Figuring out all of this, Batman convinces her not to kill Kenzie. She instead goes for Falcone and rushes off. Reaching Falcone first, she baits him into a room alone, asking for help in finding her lost friend Annika. Falcone is distracted when the phone call of Annika's death is leaked to the press. At the same time, Bruce enters the building, beating the guards and shutting off the electricity. In the dark, Selina struggles to kill Falcone. Suited up as Batman, he easily beats up all the guards waiting outside Falcone's room. Entering the room, he convinces Selina not to kill Falcone, and they arrest Falcone. A minor debacle breaks out between him and Penguin, arguing over Falcone being a rat, and Falcone is shot. They realize a gunman had been stationed in an overarching apartment. Rushing to the apartment, they find the Riddler's setup. A call reported a man escaping in the fire escape and sitting at the counter in a diner. They quickly surround him and arrest the Riddler. Searching his apartment, they connect the note to a website, having a live stream, but it is pin protected, so they can't access it. The Riddler calls in to request a meeting with Batman. He meets with the Riddler at Arkham Asylum, praising Batman and wishing he had killed Bruce Wayne. He suddenly hints at the final act of his plan. Confusing Batman, he furiously molests the glass. Rushing back to the apartment, he tears off the carpet, revealing a real change, the password for the livestream. His plan will come to fruition. The Riddler parks 7 vans around the cove and edges of the city. At midnight, it will explode, flooding the city. Once Bella Real is automatically selected as mayor, the city will be flooded and people will have to congregate inside the arena. The henchmen will already be set up inside, waiting to kill Real. It goes as planned. Even Selina is stopped and forced to enter the arena. Crowded, Gordon tries to protect Real, but she rushes out and is shot by the Riddler's henchmen. Arriving in the nick of time, Batman fights off the henchmen. With the assistance of Catwoman, they fight off all the henchmen as the flood crashes through the stadium. Batman cuts off the electrical dangling wire, falling into the water and baptizing himself, representing Gotham's new symbol of hope. Batman rescues all the victims of the carnage, leading a new wave for Gotham. Still flooded, the city is under martial law. They are still trying to rebuild, and this too leaves way for crime. Visiting her mother's grave, Catwoman says her goodbyes to Batman and they depart as she leaves Gotham. This is where the story ends. Make sure to subscribe, and for more, watch this.